What's up, guys? Chris with Classic Home Concepts doing our first podcast / YouTube live. And I've got my sister, Kenzie, who is also our customer experience officer, here with us to make sure I stay in line.
I'm Kenzie. I'm the customer experience officer. I'm the person that you talk to whenever you call into the office or if you get a lead. Any of our communication is done through me.
That way I can't mess it up. Today we just thought we'd start this and go down the whole social media rabbit hole. Hopefully you've been following us on Facebook and Instagram, and we've been talking a lot about what projects we've been doing, and we've been talking about a book that really changed our kind of our outlook. And we'll talk about that a little bit more. But first, like I said, I'm Chris with Classic Home Concepts. I am the owner. Right now I handle sales and kind of guiding the ship, making sure the guys know what we're doing day to day. We as a company are an exterior remodeling company. So we do siding, sunrooms, outdoor kitchens, windows and doors, stuff like that. And we're here to try and elevate the game that a lot of contractors have worked on for a long time. You know, we hear a lot about bad communication or trust issues and things like that. And we really want to, we say we're leading with transparency. So we want to talk about those issues, how we're going to rectify them, how we're going to be better than our competition. And just try and be better every day to give the customers, you guys, the best experience you can have when you entrust us to do something with your home. Did I miss anything?
I don't think so.
Okay. So why YouTube? Well, you guys like to watch videos, and we just figure the more we're in front of you, the more you remember us, help build some trust. And mainly, if you guys have any questions, then you feel free to ask, and we can make a video addressing your questions.
Also, coming at you from the side, you can't see me, but I'm trying to guide the ship from behind the scenes. If you have anything that you want to ask us, go ahead and ask us, and we'll put it up on the screen. Give us a shout out, say hello, let us know that you're here, and we'll try our best to acknowledge that you're with us, and we're going to try to make this as seamless as possible.
Cool. So I mentioned earlier that we read a book, and it really changed how we approach the customer service side of our company. I'm in a couple different contractor groups that work on sales and running a business efficiently. And they introduced me to this guy named Marcus Sheridan. And he wrote this. It's called They Ask You Answer. And basically the entire principle of this book is to answer the questions your customers have without them having to actually come call you. So if you want to read a blog about it, we'll talk about it. You want to watch a video? We can do that too. That way, by the time you're actually ready to purchase your outdoor kitchen, your sunroom, whatever it may be, you feel like an educated buyer, and you know what to expect, and you know what to expect from working with us. So the first step we did there was hiring Kenzie. And Kenzie started something that a drip campaign for us. You want to tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so in our drip campaign, you'll receive an email from me every Friday. If you've signed a contract and you're waiting on your installation, I just give you a tentative installation date. I also share in those emails some of the things that we've been working on. You can check out our Facebook page or links to our Instagram or YouTube just to see different projects we're working on. Also, we're working on creating videos for you guys that will kind of show you the process of the project you're working on. So if you're replacing your doors or windows, there'll be videos showing you exactly the guys taking out previous windows and installing new ones, and any hiccups that could happen along the way, that we know how to get those taken care of.
Yeah, it's just a way for us to reach out to you so that you're not calling, especially with right now, lead times can be a little bit crazy. You know, depending on the project you want, we could be 10 weeks out and we could be 20 weeks out. And that's a long time for you to entrust us with your deposit and then not hear from us. So we want to make sure that every Friday you get a nice little dose of Classic Home Concepts in your inbox. Tim, what else on the book do you want to talk about?
Well, why do video? You know, why not just be a great construction company? Obviously, that's what we want to do, but why do it in the video format? Maybe there are other ways to display what you're doing, share kind of the vision. Why do you want to do more media branding video?
Well, so the tagline I really like to use is I don't really want to be a construction company. I know that might sound a little crazy to someone who owns a construction company, right?
Right.
But really, we want to be a customer service company that happens to do construction. And I feel like that mindset was a big shift for us. Now, we want to do a great job. We will do a great job on your project. But the reality is a lot of companies do really, really, really good jobs. The big difference is, do they communicate? Are they letting you know, hey, no one's going to be at your job site this morning? Are they letting you know when they're going to be there? Or, hey, it rained for 2 days, so we've got to push your project back a couple days. You know, those are the things that really make someone stand out. And so we want to do that. But to answer your specific question, why video? Well, one, because it plays well. Two, you get to see my face. So when I do finally come out to your house and we're talking about your project, you probably feel like you've known me for a little bit. So that helps you be a little more open to being completely honest about what it is you want and making sure we can really nail all the goals of completing your project. And then once we've made that video, it's there forever. You guys can consume it as much as you want or ask questions about it, and we can riff off that and just continue building a library to really help you as the client know as much about our company as you want to.
One of the things that Marcus talks about in the book is the ostrich strategy versus CarMax. And I wondered if you could riff on that a little bit, because I think that answers part of the reason why we want to be transparent and kind of where we want to go as a company.
Sure. You mind to explain for the viewers what exactly the ostrich strategy versus CarMax is?
Well, I think what he was trying to say was that the ostrich is the animal that puts his head in the ground, right? It's the one that kind of just pretends like, you know, if we don't hear the problem or see the problem doesn't exist. And it's kind of ignoring maybe the needs of potential buyers and clients. So part of the strategy of CarMax was to answer every question that a potential buyer might have, even if it means that they're revealing maybe how the sausage is made. They're showing kind of the background, the insider view. And a lot of companies are afraid to do that, because if we tell them this is how much something's going to cost, they might feel like, what if our competitors know what we're doing and they're going to undersell them or yada, yada, yada. So maybe riff on that a little bit.
Yeah. So pricing, we talk about that. And that's been the big, it's been kind of the big faux pas. You don't do that in construction.
Right.
You know, what's that sunroom going to cost? Well, let me come out. Let me come spend 3 hours in your backyard, and I'm going to wow you with how smart I am and how I know exactly how this thing should go together. And I'm going to make you feel warm and fuzzy. I might even do a tap dance in your backyard.
That would not be pretty.
But so we'll take sunrooms. We've got sunrooms that can be $50,000, $60,000. If you've got a $10,000 budget, do my dance moves matter? Because I'm not, that product isn't a good fit for you. So let's talk about what product could be a good fit for you. Or, you know, maybe you decide you really want this and you just need to save a little longer. That's okay too. But if we can do all that in a video and educate you to what exactly is coming, you know, we don't have to come out and waste your time, because I don't want to do that for you. And some people might be frustrated that they didn't have a realistic expectation. We want to help mitigate that too. So yeah, putting your head in the sand doesn't really solve anything. And so I like the idea of just talking about whatever it is.
I think it creates trust between potential buyers, clients, and the company.
That's the goal.
Yeah.
That's ultimately the goal, is you trust us, and you trust us to help you complete your next project and make your house that much more into a home.
How do you use some of the themes of They Ask, You Answer to create a culture at Classic Home Concepts?
Any ideas on that one?
Well, I think we're very transparent, and that's kind of the mindset of our culture, is that we don't want anything to be hidden or behind the scenes. Anything that we're focusing, we hit it head on. We don't try to hide the problems along the way. And we want to be as upfront with you as you are with us. If there's something you don't like, we want you to tell us you don't like it. If there's something that we should do better, we want you to tell us we should do better. And I feel like that's how we lead with the guys too. We always strive to do better and strive to not get set in a certain way. But I think that's why these videos help also, if our customers are asking different questions and asking what they want, we're going to be able to kind of hit those things head on instead of hiding in the sand, like you said earlier.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's pretty big. One thing else I will say to our culture, doesn't go with this book, but it's another book I like to read, is we really try and follow the extreme ownership mentality. That's one thing we really push with our guys is I don't want you as a client coming to me and saying, hey, I have this concern, because concerns happen in construction. We're all humans. The materials we use aren't always perfect. There's going to be issues. That's okay. But I want to answer it and own it and help come to a solution. So we really work with our guys to not say, oh, well, this person did that, or I wasn't the one on that part of the project. But really, we as a team were on every project. And so for culture, I think those are the two big things.
Right. I think the insourcing, using our own crew guys to help with content branding and thinking about it as a media company, letting them also say, well, my job is to build the sunroom or the outdoor kitchen. Well, my job is also to think about it from a sales perspective, also to maybe take beautiful images and thinking about it from a bigger perspective, having that buy-in, not just from you, Chris, or you, Kenzie, or me, the guy that's hired to do the media and branding, but to fully be a media and branding company requires buy-in and kind of insourcing from our own company and everybody that works there.
Yeah, absolutely. So what videos do we want to make?
I think that our goal is to make videos that answer the questions that the buyer or that a potential customer might have. They're obviously going to want to know what things cost. And we kind of hit that, like, if this is your budget, let's see what we can offer you within your budget. If you want something out of your budget, let's talk what those prices might be so you know how to save for those. I also hit a little bit earlier about the problems that or hiccups that you could hit on a job, and how, we have experience with some of those things. Not everything comes out crystal clear whenever you start taking out windows and doors, and it doesn't all just go back in the right way. We have to be able to pivot and, make changes to really get the job done the right way.
Sure. Yeah. And then also, comparison videos. The difference between a hard siding like a James Hardy or a Nichiha or an LP Smart siding. What's the difference between that and brick or stone or vinyl or cedar? There's a whole bunch of different stuff you can do to your house, and there's positives and negatives to all of them. So we'll talk about those. Again, I know we've asked this a couple times, but if you have a product comparison that you want to see, don't hesitate, reach out, comment somewhere. We'll be happy to make it for you and talk about the differences from our point of view. And then project spotlights. I walked around and talked a little bit about one of the screened in porches we did yesterday. And we just want to continue showing you that this is what we've done. This is what we're doing right now. So maybe you see something that you have a great idea and it would look really good on your house. That really covers the book, doesn't it?
Yeah, for the most part. I think that gives us a kind of 30,000 foot view of the book and where we want to go as a company. So we're going to be trying to do this on a regular basis. We're going to be trying to come to you and do live podcasting through YouTube. What are we going to be talking about next?
So what's the biggest way that we're accomplishing this? We're going to make all these videos. We're going to do podcasts. We're going to do blogs. We hired a company that gave us a new amazing website. But to be honest, I don't have time and Kenzie doesn't have time with all of our other stuff to handle that. So that's where Tim comes in. Or maybe that's where you come in. So Tim has come on as our media and branding coordinator, and he shoots a lot of our videos. He does our edits. He creates our graphics. He does all of that stuff. But Tim is also moving on. At the end of August, he will be leaving the company to go do what he wants to do. You want to tell us a little bit about that? Where are you going?
Yeah, I'm going to be starting a job at Cox Health here in Springfield, Missouri as a chaplain, hospital chaplain. So my background is in pastoral ministry, and that's where I feel called to. But I've been blessed to be here with you guys and working with Classic Home Concepts. And so hoping to be able to work alongside someone for a few weeks before we make that transition to try to make it as smooth as possible. So yeah, we're looking for the next girl or guy that has some social media savvy, is willing to do video and editing, but mainly just has a good heart and a strong work ethic. I think a lot of the things that we're doing, this is our first time in the studio doing YouTube. Right. It's all new to me. It's all new to you guys. The skills can be learned, but if you are a strong, hard worker, that's something we're looking for sure.
Yeah, that's the big thing. We're figuring this out as we go. That's why we like hearing from you guys. But so more than anything, we can teach skills and we can figure out what software to use here or there or all that. But we can't teach hard work. We can't teach an open mindset and the willingness to learn new things. So if you or someone you know is interested in starting, hopefully we'll hire someone where Tim can kind of train them as he exits. So skills aren't really necessary. If you don't know all of these things, that's okay. We'll train you. We're really looking for someone with an open mind and someone that's willing to buy into our culture, and hopefully can grow with this family.
Hey, we got a comment. I want to show it because I want to try out our tech here.
Yeah, so let's do it.
Say hello to Joe McPherson.
Joe McPherson. Yeah, Joe's in one of my contractor groups. Hey, Joe. That's thanks for the shout out, man. If you guys haven't checked it, Joe is a waterproofing specialist and is doing some really cool stuff with his company too. So you guys should absolutely go check him out.
Awesome.
Yeah. So if you're on here, say hello and we'll try to put you up on the screen and give you a shout out. So yeah, love to hear from you guys.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's it for today. Really.
I think come back next week. We'll go deeper into what the content that you guys are actually wanting. Start hitting those big 5 videos of what some things cost and different comparisons and things like that, and really get some of your common questions answered.
Cool. Awesome. Thanks for showing up, guys, and we'll see you next week.